Hi guys, and today I'll be playing Protagonist Remorse. So basically, we're playing as a character who changed his mind about dating a childhood friend basically. So basically, there's a whole childhood friend trope where they never get picked by the main character and they go for the main lead or something and they're always the second lead. So basically in this game we're picking the childhood character as our first choice. I think. It seems. Okay, my name is Ryan. I think I spelled that right. It's Ryan, right? Yes. Before we begin, I'm curious. Do you see yourself as a soft, gentle person, or perhaps do you see yourself as someone fiery and not to be messed with? This determines your protagonist's demeanor. Let's go with hot-tempered. Decided to play this game in salty mode. Salty. Jaded and abrasive. It might be a good thing. I'm sorry, Ryan. I never wanted to hurt you, but I never meant for it to end like this. It's just something I never anticipated. You can understand that, can't you? No, no I don't. But what do you mean? What are you talking about? You're gonna hate me for this, but I've been thinking things over. You've known each other forever, right? Since we were practically kids. And I like you, but don't you ever think about how big a world there is out there? There's so much to do and see. And I'm thinking college is over, right? School's over. It's time to move on. And we all made all these new friends since. I've been thinking about seeing Hannah. Like Hannah from class? Yeah. I promise it's not like I've been seeing her this whole time. I've been faithful, honest. It's just she's been in a lot of the same courses as me. And you and I haven't seen each other much lately. We've kind of grown closer, whereas you and I have kind of drifted apart. Really? She's been going through a lot lately, you know? Family's life been rough. She's been self-conscious about herself. She broke all her fingers in a tragic car accident and she's been learning the piano again. She kinda needs somebody there for her to support her. You've always been pretty well put together though, right? You don't need me breathing down your neck. Besides, I'm sure you've been surrounded by tons of nice guys in your classes, right? You can honestly tell me that you haven't been curious to try anybody else around when I'm not around. Are you being serious right now? Don't be so serious. I hadn't had time to meet anyone else's between classes and finding time for you. Really? I'm sorry, I just assumed. That's a weird assumption because you're doing it. No matter, I'm sure you'll find somebody soon enough. You're really passionate about everything you do. Someone's bound to find that attractive. You should take this as a chance to experience new things. Get a new lease on life, see the world maybe. You could do whatever you want. Not that you don't have to drag me around. And you don't even have to be scared. You'll still be around. We're still friends, right? Of course not. How could you? No, because, how could... I mean, yeah, but, how could you? How could you do this to me? After everything I've done for you, I've always cooked for you, I've stayed up to help you study. Tell me one thing I've done to deserve this. Nothing, but you're the one making it into something complicated and dramatic. It's not a big deal. College couples do this all the time after graduation. You don't have to make me feel bad if I'm really so horrible for doing this. Aren't I doing you a favor? Jeez. I really wanted this to be easy on us, but I think this might be something you really needed. If you're going to be so bothered by this, you might be too attached to me. That's not good for us either. If anything, this might make you into a stronger person. This guy's kind of a douchebag, isn't he? Goodbye then. I'll call you later to see if you're doing alright. I think it's best if we didn't do that. That was the last time I saw him. True to his word, and despite my warning, he tried to call later. Several times, in fact. I didn't answer. He kept trying to call the first few weeks after, and even tried to stop by my place. but I couldn't really bring myself to face him. 15 years? Dang. A whole decade? We've known each other for 15 years. Oh, okay, I thought 15 years later. It was difficult to come up with on the spot, but as I cried into my pillow that night, it all started to come back to me. Every single thing I sacrificed for him. How many times did I turn down clubs or opportunities just to be near him? How many times did I bite my tongue to the point of bleeding as others walked into his life and swarmed all over him? When I eventually found the strength to stop my crying and take a look at myself in the mirror, I realized something that I had never truly seen before. I was a shell of myself, and maybe, just maybe, he had been right. Maybe I really have been too attached after all. Maybe I have become less of a person and more of a background character in some strange harm of his. Nothing more than an option to be discarded when he didn't see me as useful or appealing. If Hannah's the one he wants, that's his choice, isn't it? Fine then, that's his choice. He can have her, and if nobody else will choose me, then I guess I'll have to choose myself. And so it was. I wasn't going to stay just a childhood friend character in his distant memories. I was going to live a good life, a full life, and I was going to do it without him to lean on. As it just so happened to turn out, the world was pretty big, and without him to be the epicenter of my universe, I suddenly found myself exploring every corner of it without hesitation. I could cook more, since I don't have to worry about whether or not he would like it. I didn't have to wait for him to show up before going anywhere. And yeah, I met new people. Not every relationship worked out, but they were fun. As long as I remember not to treat anybody the way he treated me, I was free to just be myself unapologetically. I felt bad sometimes. It felt like cheating almost. I just had to remind myself that I was beholden to no one, and I had the power to keep the promises I made. When I told someone I loved them, I could know what that meant. By the time I found a permanent job I liked and was ready to settle down, I'd long forgotten about him. The first few years he'd come up in conversations. Sometimes my parents would ask where he was, or a mutual friend would tell me things about his life. He ended up marrying Hannah, so much for trying new things. But that was okay. I was surprisingly unfazed by the news. It stung a little, but how could it not? I discarded the news. I didn't need it. My life was good, and I was happy. But what? Don't tell me he's gonna come up. Ryan? Ryan! Long time no see. The heck? He looks kinda dirty. Excuse me? It's me, remember? God, I can't believe it. It's been so long since I've seen you. Really missed you. You look great. Did he always look like this? Did he always look so ordinary? I knew who he was, but in my own memories, there's been this golden glow about him. He'd been nostalgic for a reason at least. Now he just looked plain and withered like a piece of long neglected paper. Had this really been the guy I obsessed over so much in my youth? Had someone like this really put the wind in my sails? What's with the analogies? Perhaps the years hadn't been kind to him. Whatever it was, I felt almost pity in my chest for him. Not too much, of course. I hope it's okay that I stopped by. How did you find me? Well, I asked your parents where you were. Set up these days. We're still cool to some degree, I guess. They sent my parents a Christmas card last year. That doesn't sound appropriate. I tried to email you. I know you changed your number, right? I tried to call you and some old guy picked up, but I figured if I emailed you, you'd get that. Have you been getting anything I've sent at all? No, listen, I don't even know why you're trying to do this, but I think you should probably leave. It's been too long. We really don't have much in common anymore. Also, I don't use my college email anymore. Use email in your college email? I have professional working email now. Wait, seriously? You really haven't been getting a single thing I've sent? No, not really. I thought I made it pretty clear I wasn't interested in talking anymore. Change my phone number? You could have just changed your phone plan. No, that's not. I don't even know what to do with this. It's been so long since I even remotely thought of him. I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I'm even processing the correct reality. Why is he here? Why does he look like he's been rolled down the side of a hill? He does, though. Please? Please, can we just talk? I've gone to all this effort, I've put plenty in, and all I'm asking for right now is just a chance to talk to you face to face. What can you possibly have to say? You have a lot of nerve showing up here out of nowhere, you know? Humor me. What could you possibly have to say after all this time? I made a mistake. I've been thinking about how things went between us, and the more I think about it, the more I realize that nothing's been the same without you. I was young and dumb, and I made a really stupid choice. I really want to start over with you. Can I take back my choice? Can I choose you instead? You can't be serious. You jerk. What? You dumped me for Hannah, and you actually think it's okay to come back here and two-time on her? You really see me as having so little respect for myself. I would never two-time on Hannah. How could you assume something like that? I know you two are married, aren't you? Yeah, here you are, talking to me about this. That's so gross. For your information, Hannah and I are getting a divorce. She's leaving me. Oh, surprise, surprise. She met someone else at work, and yes, I'm aware of the irony. I never cheated on you, and I never cheated on her. Our relationship and marriage are completely over. We just had some paperwork to get through. I'm here on a completely legitimate grounds. I have to admit, I didn't expect that. I think this was a sign, and you can believe me, or you can not believe me. Fine, I know there's a lot of work I need to do to rebuild things. But let's take this at face value. It's a second chance. I'd be ashamed to let an opportunity like this just go by. I've really missed you. After we stopped talking, I lost contact with most everybody else from college too. There's so much I want to catch up on, and there's so much I have to ask you about. Don't tell me you aren't the least bit curious about what it could have been. Why is he so desperate? And this time, there's nobody else to just come between us. I'm all yours. Why is he getting up close like that? Please? Just one more chance. Let's humor him. Let's start with coffee. Stop. God, I can't even think. I need a coffee. Did you want one too? I'm not going to offer more than once. Yes, please. To be continued. What? That's it? Protagonist, you're just gonna have to leave. I think you need to leave. Get the hell away from me. Oh, Ryan? You're such a creep. You need to leave, now. He's crying. Ryan, don't do this. What about us? What about school? What about college? What about everything we've ever been through? It's not my fault you decided to throw everything away. You made your bed. Go sleep in it. Please, I don't want to be alone. You were popular enough in college. I'm sure you'll find somebody else soon. Get out of my house and never contact me again. Oh my god, how desperate was he? He was like desperate. I think he got the message. I never saw or heard from him again after that. I will admit, I was a little messed up after that. I had to cry. I didn't know what else to do. But oddly enough, when I finished, I was right back to being fine. I didn't miss him at all, and if anything, I felt a little bit better. It was like a final bit of closure for me. I hadn't needed it or asked the gods for it. I definitely didn't want him to end up this way, but I really had done my best. I put my whole heart into our relationship, and after all these years later, that effort still left an impression. Out of curiosity, I wanted to go and check my old email later. He sent me over 70 emails within the course of 5 months. It was almost a little eerie to read through them. Some of them were about his days and the updates he have as he went through them. Some of them were pages of love letters that went on and on and on, and some of them were a bit cutting downs of his time with Hannah. Apparently, things haven't been well for a while. Things in college were almost like a dream. She accepted his confession, and life had been so happy afterwards. But over time, they just seemed to find less and less to connect over. They shared none of the same hobbies, and they couldn't be more different. Carl started competing in piano internationally. He stayed at home and worked as an accountant. Eventually, he discovered that she had been cheating with some melancholic guy she met overseas. Those were the most recent emails. She said she felt it was her job to save him, and she had to be there for him in a way that she meant she didn't have time for anyone else. Surely he understand. After that, I guess she decided never to come home again. That's when he started asking about us. You never do this to me, right, Ryan? God, I miss you so much right now. As I read through all the drama and venom and mourning of our past, I couldn't help but feel like I dodged a serious bullet. Wow, how sad. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know. I hope he's found the same peace I have. I'm doing well, not moving on. And if he hasn't learned anything from this, if he's still the same guy who broke my heart so nonchalantly all those years ago, I hope he understands that he's the biggest source of his own pain. He has nobody to blame but himself. Okay, and that's it. That's it, then the protagonist Remorse. That guy, he's such a douchebag. He leaves our character Ryan for Hannah. Honestly, he said he wasn't cheating, but like I don't know, you can't really believe him. And then now he comes running back to Ryan just because Hannah cheated on him. She literally cheated on him and left him. And I'm guessing in his mind he's thinking, oh well, when we were in a relationship all those years ago, they put up all that shit all those years ago, like and they never left me. So maybe if I go back to them, they'll be desperate enough to come back to me. Like they'll still be in love with me. That's how like conceited. That's like how arrogant he is to think that. But that was interesting. Wasn't this feels so realistic? Cause some people are just like this in real life and they can't really take a hint, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye.